Good morning, parents and students. Welcome to PBW channel. This is teacher Joanne. I will be your teacher for today. We're going to start for our new topic, Unit 4, Forces and Motion. Lesson 1, The Effects of Forces Acting on Objects. One important information is, did you know that we use forces in our everyday life? Now let's read the vocabulary. Please read together with Teacher Ann. We have force, motion, push, pull, move, effect, direction, and object. Can we read it again one more time? Force, motion, push, pull, move, effect, direction, and object. Now let's read the information about force. A force is any interaction that when unopposed will change the motion of an object. A force can cause an object with mass to change its velocity, which includes to begin moving from a state of rest or to accelerate. To sum up the important information of force, a force can also be described as a push or a pull. Now let's move to motion. In physics, motion is the phenomenon in which an object changes its position over time. The action or process of moving, changing places, or position is called motion. What is the connection of forces and motion? Forces cause all motions. Every time the motion of an object changes, it's because a force has been applied to it. As you can see, we have push and pull. We applied force on the objects. That's why it moved. Now let's talk about the effects of forces acting on objects. A force that makes an object to move toward the person putting the force is called pull force. The example is playing tug of war and pulling a cart. The children apply the pull force to move the object or to give force to the rope. Next is a force that makes an object to move away from the person putting the force is called push force. The best example is playing badminton and pushing a cart. The children applied push force to move the object away from them. Now let's talk how forces can change the object's motion. An object changes its direction. This happens when the force acts in a direction different from its moving direction. Example is the football player who kicks the ball away from his opponent. Next is the object moves faster. This happens when force acts in the same direction as the moving object. Example is pushing a friend forward on a swing. Another example of forces that change the motion of an object is an object moves slower or comes to a stop. This happens when the force acts opposite to the moving direction. Example is when we pull the flying balloon. And another one is when an object at rest starts moving. This happens when the force acts on an object at rest, making it to move. Example is the spinning a hand windmill. When we blow the fan of the hand windmill, it starts to move. Now let's summarize the lesson. When a force acts on an object, it changes its motion. The object's movement is controlled by the force acting on it. Now let's do the practice time. You can download, print out, then answer the given worksheets. You can also put your answer on your science notebook. Hope you enjoyed the lesson for today. Once again, this is Teacher Joan saying thank you and goodbye.